Hello and welcome to Hazard Field Trip 6. We will examine the hazards affecting different regions of the U.S. in 3 different spheres of the Earth. We will begin with the atmosphere. The first stop on our hazard field trip is Los Angeles, California. This region of California is home to many coastal mountains and national forests, which face a risk of wildland fires due to climate conditions. A warm climate combined with a drought put the San Gabriel Mountains and its chaparral vegetation at a large risk for fires. Furthermore, winds like the Santa Ana winds come from the mountains and move toward the coast of Southern California. Oftentimes, the winds will carry with them the embers and ashes from these wildfires and increase the size of the fire zones. The California drought is another factor which increases the risk of fires, creating drier conditions and plant life that can easily ignite. There are a few solutions to combat the high risk of wildfires in the region. Homeowners can make sure there is 100 feet of defensible space around their homes. Defensible spaces are free of dry vegetation and other fire risks. The use of fire-resistant building materials and creating a wildfire action plan are good preventative measures to minimize negative impacts fires might have for nearby residents. Lastly, during high fire risk seasons, do not start outdoor fires. In 2009, the station fire blazed through the Angeles National Forest, helped along by Santa Ana winds. Here you can see some of the map shows areas affected months after the fire and a steady increase in coniferous life in the present day. Here are also a couple of pictures that you can see of the effects of station fire. The next stop on our tour brings us to northern Colorado to investigate the lithosphere. This is where the southern portion of the Rocky Mountains lies. There tends to be more landslides in more mountainous areas. Landslide incidence and susceptibility drops on the right side of the map. This is because the terrain there becomes flatter. Landslide incidence and susceptibility also decreases between the Front Range and Boulder up to Fort Collins because of the valley that exists there. Landslides happen in the Rocky Mountains when melted snow seeps into the ground during the spring or when precipitation occurs. Landslides are a regular occurrence in this portion of the Rocky Mountains. Rising temperatures cause snow to melt, loosening the ground and dissolve. This creates the perfect conditions for landslide. Landslides are hazards to people moving around. Fast-moving waters can carry debris that can cause people physical harm. They can also break electrical poles, water, gas, and sewage lines. Landslides even threaten roads and railways, which can affect motorists' access to important places like hospitals. To protect yourself from landslides, you should stay away from slopes with fire damage or otherwise seemingly vulnerable landslides. Make sure you know local evacuation plans if your area has experienced landslides in the past. Stay focused and alert while driving during or after storms. On May 25th, 2014, the longest landslide in Colorado's history occurred in west central Colorado. 3 local men died during the event. The landslide was 2.8 miles long, covered almost a square mile of the West Salt Creek Valley. The fast-moving, high-mobility landslide was caused by an initial rotational slide of a half-mile wide block of Eocene Green River Formation. The resultant rock failures, rock mass disaggregation, and mostly valley-constrained rock avalanche dropped near approximately 2,100 feet in elevation. As a rapid series of cascading surges of chaotic rubble composed of fragments of pulverized rock, vegetation, topsoil, and mud. Local seismometers recorded a magnitude 2.8 earthquake event with a seismic wave duration of approximately 3 minutes. The toe of the landslide came within 200 feet of active gas production. Wellheads and loss of irrigation ditches and water impacted local ranches and residents, continuing threats to nearby residents in the main. Our tour will conclude with an examination of the hydrosphere just near the coast of Northern California, south of Eureka and west of Redding, where we cover the potential of tsunamis in the area. On this coast, there have been 3 recorded tsunami events. 2 of them were inland, while the other occurred off the coast in Ocean near Eel Canyon. The cause of re-tsunami events is earthquakes of varying magnitudes. This area lies on the curvature of the northern end of the San Andreas fault line, which explains the occurrence of earthquakes in the region. Energy from an earthquake pushes up massive waves. The upwards and downwards movement of the ocean floor from an earthquake creates these waves. These tsunami events occur in the ocean or on the coast where large bodies of water are. Coastlines can become overwhelmed with water when tsunamis occur. This puts citizens who live near the water in danger. Boats and ships along the shoreline are also at risk of being severely damaged. Find local hazard areas and practice your evacuation plan. When planning an evacuation, look for areas 100 feet above sea level.